To tell you the truth, he was actually a poor student in his elementary, guys. Unpopular and always hating everybody, especially the rich kids. He swore revenge against the whole world. Worse, he hated Director Aya for always beating him in class, and she was at the top. From what I heard from the other Skyforce officers, he grew bitter over time because he wanted to become the world's greatest genius, said Deputy Commander Guy. He's pretty much like every dictator that walks in the history of man. If we don't save his troops, they'll become kamikaze rangers, said Takaru Shiba. I agree with you, Takaru, said Deputy Commander Guy. I will deal with him myself. You guys try to free them. Even if they do lose their powers, we can restore them somehow. But what is important, they will be saved from that legalistic idiot. But leave him to me. I will still have my own score to settle with him. Sir, yes, sir, said the Shinkengers. Just then, Director Aya came in. We have special orders to arrest him as soon as possible. The Galactic Police have already approved his arrest, though he's not approved for deletion. The court will decide his fate, said Director Aya. We will send in our special forces to help, said Dougie. Just as Ichijou was continuing his punishment, a dark cloud of smoke appeared, turning the Samurai Rangers into Gidou Samurai Rangers. What's going on? Said Commander Ichijou. Akumaro's voice could be heard. He was laughing, cackling as he finally appeared. Who are you? Said Commander Ichijou as he fired his pistol to no avail. I am Akumaro of the Gidou. Thanks to you, I now have the perfect army to kill the Shinkengers, said Akumaro. Said Commander Ichijou. Us? Your army? You gotta be kidding me. We're not even real samurai, said Jaden. Oh, but I believe you can get rid of them, said Akumaro. As you know, one of those you met is not a samurai, yet he possesses the coolest moves. Now the same goes to you, my Gidou Rangers. Akumaro fired his deadly beams, converting the Power Ranger Samurai into sinister versions of the Shinkengers. The Samurai Rangers, as Gidou Samurai Rangers, presented a darker, more twisted version of their old suits. They also had horns on their helmets. They all bowed to Akumaro as their sensei. We serve you, master, said the Power Ranger Samurai in unison. How nice, said Akumaro. It's going to be the most pleasurable moment ever. Now go and destroy the Shinkengers. Ho 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 ho! The city was under attack by the Gidou Samurai Rangers. The Shinkengers were all ears ready. Tori and Yosuke Shina can be seen doing city scouting report, trying to locate the military headquarters of Commander Ichijou. They ran into Hoji and Chiharu, who were also accompanied by Deputy Commander Guy. You guys are here too? Said Yosuke Shina. Sorry for interrupting your date, said Hoji jokingly. We're not dating, said Yosuke Shina. We're on a mission. It's just a joke. You never expect that from a guy like me who's downright serious, but I've learned to be more flexible. I know you've been sent and were sent here for backup, said Hoji. Deputy Commander was there, putting off the light out of his cigarette. What's more important right now is to arrest Commander Ichijou and bring him to the high courts. He may not be evil, but he's pretty stupid, a commander with no sense of direction. But right now, he's got plenty of crimes to pay for. No wonder many people run away from his training camp, said Deputy Commander Guy. Director Aya herself said this guy has been pirating secrets. He's even trying to find himself suitable candidates to become his own Deca Rangers and his own Bowkengers too. I hate to think who's going to be next, said Chiharu. Then we must arrest him right on, said Tori. Back to the Shinkengers. They were horrified at the appearance of the Gidou Samurai Rangers. They first appeared as their human forms. They then turned into their ranger forms. Akumaro laughed. Now, could you really hurt innocent civilians under my control? No, you won't. Now, my Gidou Rangers, destroy them, said Akumaro. Yes, master, said the 6 Gidou Samurai Rangers together in a zombie-like tone. Guys, remember to fight unarmed. Use your swords only to counter them, but don't kill them, said Shinken Red. Got you, said the other Shinkengers. The Gidou Samurai Rangers were beating the Shinkengers like rag dolls, causing them to scream in so much pain. We've got to reach out to them, said Shinken Pink. Their minds are clouded. I don't know if we could actually use the same technique to save you before when we teamed up with the Ghost Agers. It would be quite hard, but let's give it a shot, said Shinken Red. We've got to await the princess's orders, said Shinken Gold. I believe she's found a method to free them from Gidou's influence. However, the situation was getting worse for the Shinkengers. Meanwhile, in the punishment area of the new skybase, Spike was still pounding rocks and suffering from arm pains. Ah! Kaoru came into the room requesting a favor. Kaoru, my love, I know you will not abandon me, said Spike, excited. No time for such nonsense, Spike, said Kaoru. I need some of those rocks, 6 of them. I need them to create a spell to break the Gidou's influence. Cut them down like these if you don't mind. Anything you say, Kaoru, my love, said Spike. Spike began to merrily do his job, hoping to win Kaoru's love. But Kaoru, as always, refused it. Meanwhile, back to Deputy Commander Guy. They found the base, but it was all empty. Commander Ichijou had left the base to pursue who he believed were his rangers. It's an empty base now. I know we'll find him, said Hoji. It is empty indeed. We have to find them. I believe he could be on his way to the heat of battle. Let us try to arrest him. If we don't get him, I'll give him a taste of his own medicine, said Deputy Commander Guy. Then let's take your army van then, said Yosuke Shina. Agreed, said Deputy Commander Guy. Let's go then, said Hoji in English. As they were speaking, Commander Ichijou drove his military jeep and went into battle. He began firing his rifle like crazy to demand the Godot Samurai Rangers to obey him. Obey me! I am your commander or die! Said Commander Ichijou, who was firing his rifle at his own team, but they were able to deflect the bullets. Not that guy again. I might have to kill him if I have to, said Shinken Red, who was still struggling against Godot Samurai Red Ranger. Deputy Commander Guy was lucky to have spotted him, who was attempting to mistreat the Power Rangers Samurai members. There he is. Now we must capture him and bring him to justice. I will make sure he pays for all the suicide missions he might have done, said Deputy Commander Guy. He did a dangerous stunt flip and forced Commander Ichijou to step on the brakes before he could reach the battle area. He finally overcame the elderly commander. What the? Is that you, Guy? Said Commander Ichijou, who was then knocked out by a fist. Deputy Commander Guy was really angry at the insane commander. Ichijou, I'm here to get your neck, said Deputy Commander Guy in a very angry mood, who wrung the neck of his old nemesis. Just as things got rough, Kaoru had help from the Ghost Ages with 6 tablets of stone that were placed on the ground, each one with the elements of the Shinkengers. The Shinkengers were on the verge of death and the Samurai Rangers were about to kill them. Is this the plan? Asked Shinken Blue in a rather skeptical manner as he was laying on the ground. We're almost dead and we can't free these guys. All the rocks in places, Princess, said the Ghost Agers. Well done. You may take the day off and have your trip to the mall as you all agreed and enjoy yourselves. Thanks for your help, said Kaoru, who began to write the words health and protection to give the Shinkengers time to free the Samurai Rangers, which she was being weakened by releasing too much Mojikara. Okay, guys, write down your Mojikara on the rocks that correspond with your color. Just trust me, said Kaoru. Okay then, let's do as Mama says, said Shinken Red. The Shinkengers wrote their characters into the rocks as they were ordered. They began to vibrate an attunement that allowed the Shinkengers to release an incredible aura of energy that allowed them to overcome the obstacle of nearly being beaten to death. Now it's time for the final phase. Mind release, said Kaoru, who drew the kanji symbol standing for freedom and mind to release the Power Ranger Samurai, releasing the Godot influence with them. Hang on, guys, it's coming, said Kaoru. The effect was soon enough. Both the Shinkengers and Power Ranger Samurai began releasing strong aura. The Godot Samurai Rangers tried to resist, but in the end, they were freed from the spell. Yes, we did it, said the Shinkengers, who then got exhausted once more in combat. Kaoru was also exhausted from releasing too much Mojikara. The Samurai Rangers fell down. However tired, they were merely sleepwalking as their senses were numbed. Their power levels had lowered down for now. What the? Where are we? Did we sleepwalk? I have to admit I am pretty much of a sleepwalker when I was little. Maybe the rest are not, said Jaden, who was still feeling tired. You were under mind control by Godot after you were tortured by your commander, said Shinken Red. Now you can join us if you want. That we will do. We'll be glad to serve under noble master, said Jaden, bowing down. Oh, my mind is still but numb. Me too, said the other Samurai Rangers simultaneously. Then come join us, said Kaoru. Oh, I feel tired. I guess a little R&R will hit the spot. I wouldn't mind if you guys and girls joined us. Each of the Shinkengers helped up their counterparts in the other world. They were still weakened from being controlled by Godot. Both teams had to teleport away using Takeru Shiba character for escape. Back to the Commander Ichijou. He got the beating of a lifetime. Deputy Commander Guy considered how many soldiers died from abuse from other commanders like Commander Ichijou. He was about to land a killer blow, but he decided not to. He handcuffed him. What the? You cannot do this to me. I did all the hard work. All of it. You destroyed my contributions, said Commander Ichijou. All your life you were devoted to revenge and fame. You led soldiers to their deaths, and I'm not letting you take the lives of people so young. Now see where it brought you, all because you could not face your problems positively. It's time to take you away for military trail, for pirating on secrets of other Super Sentai forces, said Deputy Commander Guy, who knocked him down with a punch. We'll be taking him then to justice, said Hoji in English. Permission granted, said Deputy Commander Guy, who walked out of the scene afterwards as he was going to buy some presents for his family. A spacecraft finally entered with Doggy. Commander Ichijou was forced to march into the spacecraft by the Deca Rangers. Boss, mission accomplished, said Hoji and Chiharu, saluting their commander. Well done, you two, said Doggy. We should take him for investigation to determine his sentence of this madman. I hope he will spend the rest of his life behind bars pounding rocks with a very small hammer. By the way, I would rather be part of the laboratory staff than be a Deca Ranger, said Chiharu. However, I do plan to create my own Sentai force soon. Her own Sentai force? Could she really be Director Aya's daughter? I think so, said Hoji. He will have his own trial soon, said Hoji. Oh, I feel he'll be gone for a long time, say a life sentence. I hope so, Hoji, said Chiharu. No! Screamed Commander Ichijou as he was drifted away. Back at the new sky base, the new team has arrived, but they were somewhat still weakened from the training sessions that Commander Ichijou had given them. It would be best we'll just hang out and help you guys, said Jaden. There is much to learn from real samurai warriors when I'm not exactly one. My dad may be Japanese, but he was a karate expert, not a kendo warrior. Then we'll help you guys, said Takeru. We'll help you become better. Yeah, I mean, we're stuck here. Working for a crazed commander who would make us kamikaze or kamazi in battle was the worst thing happened to us, said Kevin. He'll be brought to the military course to get his punishment decided, said Takeru, and I hope it'll be a severe one. If you guys died, I wonder what we'd do. Well, I guess you guys can have another cook. I'll be able to cook my seafood rice or palana. What do you think? We'll also have it in tonight's menu, said Antonio. But you'll just have to pass our cooking exam first, said Takeru. Genta, well, take him to the kitchen and let's see what he can do. I'd be glad if he can make it, and we'll have another chef on board. You say you can cook palana? Well, I can cook seafood too, said Genta. Let's join forces, Antonio. Oh, cool, this will be golden, baby, said Antonio, who walked with Genta to the kitchen so he could present his famous seafood rice. And don't forget, I'll go fishing with you guys, said Ryunosuke. Antonio and Genta can be seen hopping merrily to the kitchen. Looks like we got a lot to learn, said G, who was with them to see what his new students he would have. Both Mako and Mia were disappointed at their lack of cooking skills after hearing Genta and Antonio's new partnership. I guess it can't be helped if I'm a bad cook. Shut up about the cooking! Said Mako. Looks like I'm not alone, said Mio. Both Mako and Mia looked at each other. On the other hand, Jaden stood up from his seat, bowed, and said, So Takeru, I guess we can be your students now. The rest of the Power Ranger samurai did too. That's right, we're not exactly samurai. We're just normal civilians who became samurai to save the world from an ancient curse. We were trained to be modern-day samurai to accomplish an ancient mission. So train us, Sensei. We'll be glad to learn what we can to help out, even if we don't keep getting on active duty, said Jaden. Nope. To me, we're merely peers, even if we're not truly samurai by lineage, as you said. If you want to learn to be better samurai warriors, I do know the right person for you to work with. That would be Hirokama, my retainer, said Takeru. Yes, indeed. We are all welcome to train with me. Oh, you've been stressed. Maybe you'd like to try a Japanese spa to be relieved of whatever bruises you may have occurred, said G. Thanks, Sensei, said the Samurai Rangers, bowing down. By the way, my dad is Japanese and my mother is American. It's pretty complicated for someone who's biracial but doesn't look like it, though, said Jaden. Interesting, said Takeru. I guess you've got the best of both worlds, then. Sadly, our powers are down for now. I hope we can help you guys out, said Jaden. Just then it was time for Spike to be released from the tensions that are at long last. Mako and Kaoru came into the room to help them. Well, Spike, I do hope you have learned your lesson, said Mako. So sorry, Mako, for what I did, said Spike, crying while still in chains. Well, you learned a valuable lesson after all, didn't you, Spike, said Mako. He entered into the room with Kaoru, who had given orders to unshackle him. Spike was happy at last. Woohoo! I'm free from my detention! Now I promise I'll never do anything to deserve that kind of painful punishment again, said Spike. Oh boy, here we go again. Spike's gone into all his crazy antics and I don't know what's next, said Mia. Oh, hi guys! Meet Kaoru, my girlfriend. Isn't she lovely, said Spike to the Samurai Rangers. Him and his claims. But I admit she's pretty hot, said Emily. I'm not your girlfriend, Spike. Stop making claims that aren't yours, said Kaoru. Spike fell down to the floor after he was hit by a fan by Kaoru. Oh, crud, rejected again, said Spike. Everybody ended up with a smile on his face. Takeru, and Mako reaffirmed it as the scene ended with them helping Spike up. Meanwhile, Kohata was interacting with Emily. You're a flute player? I'm a violinist, said Emily. Let's try to play music to ease everybody's nerves and drive Ichijou out of their minds, said Kohata. Emily was given her violin by a vassal, and Kohata began playing their flute to give everybody an ease of spirit, including Spike, for his rejection. In Shiba's mind, he said, that Commander Ichijou has no value for human life. What if the Power Ranger samurai had died out then? They may not exactly be samurai, but the unfair treatment they had is really unpardonable. I hope he'll be away for a long, long time. I can't believe this is what Azuki feels samurai should be more like. A team of self-deprecating losers who can be taken control of by a man who logically shouldn't have any authority over them. And on the subject of Ichijou, how sad is that the only character Azuki can write properly is him of all people. As for Hoji's new friend, we'll talk more about her in 3 weeks, but as for next time, we begin another two-parter. This one involves lending aid to Kokusou Sentai Turbo Ranger, whom Azuki has opinions about that irritate me to no end.